Okay. Oh shit. Okay. All right, I'm here with Smoke DZA, and both your parents are from Guyana originally.
Yes.
I don't know anything about Guyana. Can you tell me a little bit about Guyanese culture and how that influenced you?
Guyanese culture. Guyanese is South America. But considered the West Indies is like across from Venezuela and like not too far from Barbados, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I was born here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my parents, my grandparents, you know, a lot of my cousins, aunts, they all, from Guyana, born and raised. But yeah, I'm Americanized, so I was born at Harlem Hospital. This is funny, like, I just think about it, like, my family came from Guyana to America, and half ended up in Brooklyn, and the other half ended up in Harlem. And it was just like...
Did they come at the same time?
I think my grandma came in, like, the 60s. No, I'm lying. My grandma came, like, the 70s. Maybe late 60s, early 70s. I think my mom came in, like, 75. My dad came with my grandma. So, yeah, I'm going to say late 60s, early 70s. They came to America. I was born in 84. So, I got to see Harlem when Harlem was Harlem. You know what I mean? Like, where,
And it was at its grimiest, so to speak.
Grimy when my mom wouldn't let me go to the park.
Oh, shit.
Where it was like, my mom didn't let me do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Not that she didn't want me to do it. She was just, like, afraid. Like, my mom just didn't want me exposed to a lot of shit at that age. And I still find my way there. But, my mom was, like, really overprotective of me. Like, she didn't want me to go swimming with my friends. Like, she'd be like, I don't want to play with you and they drown you. Like, she's just like super overprotective of me. I guess, that's just some island shit. Me being the oldest son is just like... But, I think Guyanese culture, like, really helped me in my career. Was that the question? How did it help me in my career?
Well, how did it influence you?
How did it influence me? Well, it gave me culture. To just have a different culture than my friends. Even my last name is Pompey.
Oh, that's dope.
So it's like, I always, like, stood out. And, sometimes some people couldn't pronounce it. And, like, even my parents, they say Pompey. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, when I was younger, I used to be, like, a little ashamed because it was like, my last name isn't like a Brown or a Jackson or, like, something like modern like my friends, and I'm like Pompey, and, like, I don't know, like, growing up it was just different for me, and now it's like it's the coolest shit ever. You know what I mean? But I don't know, I think it helped me see my culture for what it was worth, and really embrace my heritage. And I hated going there when I was younger.
I was gonna ask you if you'd ever been there.
I hated it. Like, I went there 2 times. When I was 3, when Ronald Reagan was the president. So I was definitely 3.
Oh, wow.
My mom always tells this story. Like, I was there and I was like this little fat kid, and they called me a Yankee because that's what island people call Americans, Yankees.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the little fat Yankee boy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm from America, where the good food is at. And they laughed. And they was like, well, who's the president? And I'm like, Ronald Reagan. And it was just like, I just knew a lot for that age. So it was just like, my mom always tell that story because it was, like, so funny. I think I was like 2.5, maybe 3. But the last time I went, I was 8. And I hated it because it was like mosquitoes and shit. It was horrible. Like, it was fucking bit up. The way, just the living was different. Even though they own all this land and all this shit, it wasn't Americanized at that time. So it was something new for me, and I didn't like it. And still up to this day, my grandfather, he spends half the year in Guyana.
Oh wow.
And then my grandma go out there because we own a lot of acres and houses and shit. And my granddad's 94. He just turned 94. And he always is like, you gotta come back, man. You gotta come back while I'm alive. So I gotta show you this. Like, it's like here, but
Why not?
I mean, I'm gonna go.
You haven't been. When's the last time you said you went there twice?
I went there twice. When I was 8 years old, was my last time. Yeah.
Why not, man? You've been everywhere.
I have.
Didn't you? You went to Japan?
I haven't been to Japan.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go to Japan. I thought you had some dates in Japan.
I had a date in Japan, but it didn't really work out for me. Contractually to get out there, but I haven't been to Japan. That's Japan. I haven't been to Spain. I haven't been to Africa. I've been pretty much everywhere else. But I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna go.
I feel
check it out.
So, you're a father?
Father of 3.
You got a third?
Yeah, I mean, I have my twins, and
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a son.
And how is it to be you and to be a father? You know,
it's funny because it's like my kids never see me smoke. Like I won't smoke in front of them. Like I don't smoke in my house. But they're on YouTube and they're on Instagram, so it's like, you know, it's kind of like they know what's going on, but they don't see it in live action. So to me, it doesn't exist. So
have they ever said anything about it?
No, not to me, but I'm sure, you know, they talk to their little friends and shit. It's probably the coolest shit in the world, but I don't know. I'm more so like, you know, I'm dad. Like I'm just
dad.
I'm the cool dad too. Like
yeah.
I'm not really like uptight. You know what I mean? Like I know what's going on, so I'm not like trying to hide my kids from shit I know they're gonna find. You know, same as my wife. Like, you know, we both pretty cool parents because we're still young. You know, so yeah. I mean, but dad life is different. I mean, I wake up fucking 6 a.m. and take my kid to the bus every morning.
Seriously? That's cool as hell.
Doesn't matter like what I do, whatever. If I'm gonna get home, if I get home from the studio at fucking 4 a.m., then I gotta take that 2-hour cat nap or stay up and play 2K until it's time for me to take him, so I'm not late. So I mean, you know, it's a balance, and I'm still learning. I'm not the best dad because, you know, shit. The balance is hard to find sometimes, especially, you know, when you live in that fast pace, running gun, and you're trying to stay on top of your business and like trying to stay relevant out here when new music drop every day. And you gotta find a way to continue to stay relevant even when you're not putting out music. You know, it's time consuming. So
that's a full-time job in and of itself.
In itself, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm just finding the balance, bro. Just learning the balance.
I feel you. Do you have any interests that would surprise people?
Well, I think my life is pretty much an open book. I love wrestling. Everybody knows my love for wrestling.
Yes.
You know, that's like, I love basketball. Just certain things like you just know that comes with me. I think I don't know, hidden interest. I like R&B.
Really?
R&B, yeah. I like soul music. I like shit that make me feel good.
What
music?
What artists?
Shit, it's a lot of them, man. I like Otis Redding. I like Sparrow. You know what I mean? I like Marvin Gaye. I like Teddy Pendergrass. I like Daniel Caesar. You know what I mean? Like, and then, you know, with the hip hop R&B, Ty Dolla $ign is one of my favorite artists.
He's always interesting, and he's like he can bring it on so many different kinds of tracks.
His pen is just it's next level. You know what I mean? Chris Brown, like shit. I like LMA. I like a lot of shit.
Gotcha. So, with Not For Sale, you went with a really diverse group of producers with that. You know, with Vado and Girl Talk and then Cardo. And that was the follow up to Don't Smoke Rock. Were you purposely trying to bring like showcase your versatility with different sounds and styles on that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Don't Smoke Rock was a lot of people call that my magnum opus of a project. Me, I still think I haven't crafted that yet. Although Don't Smoke Rock is one of my favorites, but I don't really look at Not For Sale as, I guess, structure wise, it was after Don't Smoke Rock, but it was just like a different approach. I wanted to be more modern. You know, with Pete Rock, that was a moment. Like, that was just me embracing my 19-year-old self and, you know, trying to give my offering of a hip-hop album with one of the greatest hip-hop producers of all time. So that was with that. And we're going to do that again. But I'm not trying to recreate the moment. I'm trying to create a new moment with the Pete Rock shit. But as for Not For Sale, yeah, I wanted to come with something different sonically. I wanted people to hear me on more up-tempo shit that's going on, like, with today's time, you know?
Now, you had said a couple times before that you wanted Don't Smoke Rock 2 to be out before the end of this year. Is there any kind of updates on where that is?
We working.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I mean... you mentioned in an interview with Billboard that you had a bunch of cuts with Girl Talk.
I do.
Are you planning? Is there any plans on those tracks?
I don't know what me and Greg gonna do, man. But I know we still locked in and we still working. I got a bunch of shit that I'm sitting on, and me, I'm just all about going with the energy. Like, if the shit is. If it feels
That's
like
a dope track
out,
that you just came out with, by the way.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yeah.
But I like going with the energy. Like, if I feel like it should come out, then I fuck with it. But I don't really like forcing the moment, because sometimes a record could be really dope, but it might not be time for that record. You feel me? You might have to wait for it to sonically move into that channel where people will appreciate it how you want them to appreciate it. So I think that's kind of with the collective that I'm holding with the Girl Talk shit. Like, it's like, gotta be time for people to get
I feel you.
Yeah.
You've ghostwritten for artists, prominent among them, like High Tech, and then, on the other end of the spectrum, Sean Kingston.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Are you still writing for other artists?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been into that pocket just because I'm just so focused on getting myself lit. But if the situation came about, I would fuck with it. I mean, I've done little shit here and there, but nothing that I could, make a living off.
I feel you.
But it's a pocket I might get back into.
So, you it said in the Hot 97 interview earlier this year that your mom has cancer and that you were trying to get her to try weed. How'd that go?
That shit ain't work. She dubbed my shit every time I bring it up. She cursed me out.
You got to bring the research. I feel like
she don't give a fuck. She just can't. It's just not gonna work. It's like, for her, I gotta like give her CBD. I mean, I gotta sneak it in her tea and shit.
Is she not totally opposed to even CBD?
I think if I gave it to her and she just...
They got chocolate bars, CBD chocolate bars.
Shit, I think the CBD would be better than anything that she took for that chemo shit. You know what I mean? It can't have you feeling worse than that. So But to answer your question, nah, that shit did not work.
Fair enough. So, staying on the topic of weed, what strains are you particularly about right now?
Right now, I'm on a Billy Kimber bench. I'm in a Billy Kimber right now. Garrison Lanes. Some LA weed, 37% THC. Guaranteed to put me to sleep anytime. I'm actually afraid of that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't been afraid of weed in a long time. And this weed, I'm afraid of. Like, it's like that 18-year, like when you 18 and you smoke sour, like real sour diesel for the first time.
Get your
That
heart
high,
racing.
Right. That high is the Billy Kimber high when you fucking 30-something. So you just fucking calculate that.
How are you? How's your weed tasting ability? Are you one of these people that can smoke a strain and can guess correctly what that strain is if you've had it before?
I could smell it until I ain't even gotta smoke it.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's insanely impressive.
I could smell it until you.
Do you have a favorite? No, you were. I was gonna ask you earlier to pick where you think has the best weed of Colorado, California, or Washington.
You can answer that.
But you had already delivered a sermon earlier about California. And
best weed in the world, and
okay, fair enough. Now, in terms of where I'm currently living, which is Denver, do you have a favorite dispensary in Denver?
I like gas station.
Okay.
Only because like they got like some pungent weed that I would fuck with. But my only gripe with Denver is after you take the weed.
Yes, yes. Expand on why you don't think Denver is fucking with California.
The air and the water. And I feel like if I take some Denver pack back to New York, by the time I bust that pack open, that shit gonna be crunchy. It's gonna be dust. It's gonna piss me off. It's gonna have that nasty aftertaste, like that, like melony. Feel like you about to get a cold aftertaste. I don't like that shit. LA weed ain't never did that to me. Sorry, Denver. I got love for Denver. I really do. But one of the best venues. They got one of the best venues in the world.
You think about Red Rocks?
Red Rocks. But as far as the weed, they gotta let LA have that. They gotta leave that one alone.
All right, fair enough. There was a mention a few years ago of your own strain. Did that ever happen?
It's still It's still coming. I'm actually, not even me. Well, Greenfield's actually working on the strain, mixing the Skittle with the sour, and he like gave me this long scientific rundown of what he's doing with the fucking negatives and all this shit, and I'm just like, just let me know when the fucking weed is ready. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to find like the best male plant to mate with, and all this other shit, and I'm just like, Sour is coming soon.
Sour?
Yeah.
I love the name already. Yeah.
Sour.
I like it. Have you had a particularly bad experience with weed? Yeah, I might have stumped you with that.
Yeah, I don't think if I had a bad experience, I don't think I would fuck with it anymore. God bless, I didn't have a bad experience with weed ever.
Okay. You mentioned a few times about working with Dame Dash on a movie about your life.
On my life? Nah, no.
Yes, you have. Don't even. You've mentioned it a few times.
Where the fuck did you hear that? I ain't do no
You said it yourself.
Life. Nah, man, you might have heard me say that wrong. I worked on some movies with Dame that had some influence about his life. But not mine. Not yet. Maybe you might have brought that into existence for one day.
I feel like
I'm still writing my book.
I didn't hallucinate that.
No, you might have hallucinated that one, Eddie. I'm still writing my book. I ain't finished yet. I ain't even at the halfway point of my movie yet.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're just gonna move past that then. So I saw the video from 2003 of you and Immortal Technique battling.
You saw that shit?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I told you I was doing my research.
Slap from the streets?
First of all, you talk a lot of shit about your abilities.
I'm listening.
From that time. All right, but your shit was you. I thought you got him. I thought you got Immortal Technique.
Dude, I mean, I think so too.
And you were like what, 18 or 19?
I was 19. That was that was the first day I met Shipes.
Oh, real? Mm-hmm. Damn. And you're not known as a battle MC. I mean, did you used to battle regularly?
Well, what my man J Mill said. I was doing it before the gangster camera. I was Oscar Robinson. I was rapping. I was battle rapping before cameras and shit. So yeah, I used to battle rap. I think every rapper from Harlem or from New York City used to battle before they got on or before they figured it out. Because that's like, for one, battling builds confidence. So when you're battling, it's like, you know, you preparing yourself to be in front of a crowd, whatever that crowd is, because it's a lot. When you battling, it could be hostile. You know what I mean? So you got to be prepared for that.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, and you can't be no timid nigga. You can't be like whispering when you rap. Like, you gotta stand, poke your chest out no matter what. So that's what built my confidence. But I think once my goal always was to be in the studio, and once I figured that out, then all that other shit just, you know, faded to black pretty much.
Okay.
Murder Mook is one of my fucking childhood friends.
Really?
Yeah, we all grew up together.
Holy
Me, him,
shit.
T-Rex. So it's like, when it comes to battle rapping, Murder and Rex mainstreamed that. You know what I mean? They did that shit. And Rex was doing it way before the cameras was on. You know what I mean? Rex was the first rapper out of my circle from where I'm from in Harlem that was rapping. He was the first. Like, he was legit the little Bow Wow of our shit. No disrespect.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, just on some, like, he was the first young nigga rapping, but he wasn't Lil Bow. Like, he was hard. Like, rapping some shit that a fucking 18, 19-year-old should be rapping. But he's doing this shit at 13, 14. You know what I mean? Like, Rex was different. So, yeah, I mean, as far as battle rap, I did that, but before shit got lit. Yeah.
Okay. Switching it up a little bit. Do you have a preferred candidate for 2020 against Donald Trump? Is there somebody that you want to see above all else?
You know, no, I don't know. I mean,
I know you voted for Bernie last time.
I definitely did. And I think I was so bummed out that didn't work, that I kind of just, not that I lost faith with the system, because for me, like, in the grand scheme of everything, I feel like, you know, they already picked who they want to be the president. It's already there. It's like the votes is just to reassure or to see if it's popular demand, or I don't know. I just feel like whoever it is already picking. They already got their picks already.
You know, by saying that, you're discounting my work for the last decade and everything.
No, because I mean, you was a part of the most historical fucking campaign that I've seen in my time alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even for us as people, with Obama being president, that was huge. Like, we all voted. Well, not we all, because a lot of people got different views, but I voted for Obama too, and I really you know, I really felt like that was the right thing. And I felt like he empowered the people, and I felt like it was just a different feeling in America.
Did they pick Obama? As you said, they picked Trump. They wanted Trump.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I feel like they gave it to, like, and I don't want to be ignorant at the same time to say this, because it's like discrediting Obama or, you know, the administration, and that's not what I'm trying to do, and that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But my theory, I just feel like whoever it is that's running this shit picks their people.
Do you have...
And I don't know what the reason was. Maybe it was to give our people something to shut us up. Like, hey, this happened. We made history. Boom. Huh. Y'all got y'all's for 8 years.
You've made references to your theory about picking, you know, the president before, but, like, do you have an idea of who you think...
Could be next?
No. Who you think is actually the people that are picking the president?
Who do I think is the people?
Yeah.
The powerful families. You know, I don't want to name them, but you know who the powerful families are. All those powerful families.
You're talking about like people that Jay Electronica was rocking with.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, because I'm a rapper. Yeah. I'm not a politician. I'm just going with my own theories and for what I think.
I believe
it could be ignorant to some, but to me, it's what I feel. You know, like, I don't know. They could look at rap and feel rap is a different kind of way than what it is, and whatever. But that's just what I feel like. And to take Trump's, I think anybody that take Trump, anybody that's running against him is going to be the popular vote. Yes. Because people hate Trump so much that it doesn't matter who runs. Fucking Danny Tanner could run against Trump, and he's going to win. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a good reference. I like that. Did you think that his campaign, because it's all in the news constantly right now, did you think his campaign that him and all his people were working with Russia?
Why not?
Yes, I agree. Why not?
The motherfucker's a businessman at the end of the day. He bought America, if in the eyes of some. You know, like, Donald Trump is somebody that we all knew, and even like cartoons and people alluded to this happening.
He was
years before.
He was in Home Alone too.
Happened. Donald Trump hosted WrestleMania 4 and 5.
He hosted him
in Trump Plaza. That's
right. Yeah.
You know, so it was like, shit. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Robin Leach. All this shit. I was introduced to Donald Trump as a kid, as that.
As almost like someone to aspire to be.
Not to aspire to be, but this is the billionaire motherfucker. This is the rich motherfucker. This is the lifestyle in the Rich and Famous. Oh, Ivana Trump. Oh, he got Atlantic City. My fucking grandparents took bus rides to fucking Atlantic City every 6 months, and that was just the thing. And you know, Trump Plaza and all that shit, it stood out. Yeah. And then for the whole WrestleMania thing, because I'm a wrestling fan and been since then, it all stood out. So that's how I was even privy to know who Donald Trump was. Now, as far as him being a politician and the shit he says and what he stands for, I can't agree with it at all. It's like, it's stupid. You know, and it's just like, I don't know somebody with logic that would agree with that, you know?
That's what I'm constantly thinking in my own head, yes.
But, you know, America isn't built on logic, it's built on money.
That's also
so when you understand that, it's like you just eliminate yourself from even being emotionally caught up with politics. For me, because I get caught up with shit emotionally, and it fucks my days up and shit. And I don't want politics to do that for me.
So you gotta keep other a distance. You gotta keep a little bit of a distance. Yeah.
You know, I pay attention to it so I can have articulate myself in conversations with somebody like you.
Yeah.
You know? But that's not something.
But you're not watching Rachel Maddow every night.
I could care less.
So, but you said before you're more concerned with your parents and grandparents because of Trump rather than your kids, because you think by the time they're grown, the country's going to be good again.
Not even that it's going to be good again. But, you know, I'm trying to break the cycle for my family with generational wealth, right? So God willing, my kids continue that mold and break it more than me, so they don't have to even feel some of the things that he might be working into play for 10 years from now. Because you don't really know what he's doing until after he gets out the office. You know, that's with most presidents. You know, it's a lot of shit that's being entangled, and whatever's what, but it's catering to a certain demo of people. That's people with, not people without.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So if you're building your wealth and you have capital and you have some type of intelligence, then you should be able to survive. That's just my theory, you know?
99% of the time, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. But this is where me as the hard hitting journalist, quote unquote, comes in. Don't you have like concerns long term about some of the things like climate change, for instance? Like, have you thought about giving much thought to that before?
I have, but then my head hurts.
Yes, because I'm an eternal pessimist. So I think about things like climate change and like even more artificial intelligence bothers the fuck out of me.
All of it, but you know, for me it's like if you could think it, it might exist.
It already exists. It's just like
the climate change we already know. AI and all that type of shit. I think a lot of things is cloning, all that wild shit. It exists somewhere. You feel me? But as far as climate change, for me, like, well, climate control.
Not even just climate change. Just are there things in the like long term, medium, long term that concern you, like that you think about, you know, not on a regular basis, but like you're just like.
Yeah, it might cross my mind. I mean, if it's fucking summertime and I got a fucking bubble jacket on, then yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But man, I'm just trying to live my life, bro.
Okay, fair enough.
All that other shit is like, I can't control. I can't control it.
Do you feel like rappers nowadays should at least talk more about what's going on occasionally? Like, because
we do.
No, I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying should
we talk
you?
more about it? Yeah. I mean, shit. What else is there to talk about for us? And not even like in a way where it's like, you know, to make a rapper a dick. But it's like, do y'all really want to hear that from us?
I'm not even saying material wise. I'm saying like put out tweets saying y'all should vote. You know, shit on like that level.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that shit matters?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do. Because there are the biggest age group that doesn't actively vote are young people.
Are the millennials, right?
Yes.
So millennials are turned off by anybody preaching anything to them, right? Because they feel like they know everything already. Now, the generation before millennials, I don't even know what that was, but that was me.
I think. Oh yeah.
You are a millennial.
No, we're
I'm
a millennial. Yeah, we both are millennials. Technically,
I don't feel like a
we're
millennial.
the tail end.
Shiggity.
It's not about what you feel. It's
No. Yeah, technically,
it's a time gap.
We are the tail end of when I know.
That sucks.
No, I think that's good.
You're a big millennial. You're talking about yourself.
I'm looking at it as a good thing.
Well, you know what? I am talking about. I don't like nobody preaching to me. So I feel like, you know, if it's an agenda for me to push.
Hi guys.
That's
Mr. Kiki.
That's Shice Bugs, my big brother. But yo, like, if it's an agenda for us to push, like Bernie Sanders was an agenda for us, because I feel like Bernie Sanders represented the change that we wanted after Obama, right? And it was a different angle than per se a Hillary, even though her, you know, we had a Bill Clinton already, so it's like for some people, voting for Hillary would be like having Bill Clinton as president again. That's how some people thought about that.
Yeah.
You know? And then on the flip side, you had some people that voted for Trump just because they didn't want to vote for a woman.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, and these are the undercover people that's not going to come out and say, yeah, I voted for Trump because I didn't want Shorty to be in the office. But that's a lot of America too. And not even they didn't understand. They didn't know that Trump was gonna be this fucking egotistical, racist.
I mean,
whatever.
It's hard to not for people to not have known that
or
previously.
They didn't care.
Yes, I think
because
a vast majority of them clearly did not care about who he was because it was obvious for the last 30 years, even more, 35 years,
bro. It's obvious,
40 years.
It's obvious for a lot of people that we admire and love that are a lot like Donald Trump. Okay. For me personally,
it's a lot of them. Let me see. Wait, have you thought about this? Have you heard about the fact that it's well publicized? His father was caught at a rally for the KKK years ago.
I believe.
Yeah. But that was, it got a lot of attention during the campaign, and people knew that he was raised by a dude that likes the KKK. That should bother a lot of people. That obviously bothered me. All the comments that he had over the years were made public. This shit was published in books about, I don't like black people counting my money. I like little guys with little hats counting my money. That's on the record. He says this kind of stuff, and people knew it, and they didn't care.
They didn't give a fuck. But that's America, bro. It's like certain things, like you just can't control. It's not like some people wish it was a lucid dream. Like we was dreaming and we could like go to sleep and like wake up and like or change that dream. Can't change this dream. This ain't a lucid dream. This is just what it is.
All right, I'm gonna flip the switch a little bit. Let's talk about wrestling. Now, I don't watch wrestling at all nowadays.
So it's not gonna be fun.
Hold on, no, it might be. This might be good because I used to really be into wrestling. I used to.
Well, you Ultimate Warrior fan or some shit.
No. I actually, if I told you when I stopped watching, you might kick me out of here.
NWO.
Yes. I think because it was like, for me, to see Hulk Hogan turn heel was like, what the fuck is going on?
For somebody that doesn't watch wrestling, you sure do know the terms. So that's good.
I mean, I know.
You would have said bad guy, you said heel. Good.
But, like, that was crazy as hell. I don't know if it's a coincidence that I stopped watching at that time. Because we're both around the same age. Yeah, and so I don't know if it was coincidence or that's around the time a lot of people stopped watching wrestling. But I knew I was not feeling that.
That's when wrestling officially crossed over into pop culture.
I know.
For us millennials.
I know.
Right?
That's why it's so crazy that's why I stopped watching at that time.
That's when, and then on the flip side, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, another person that wore all black, that hated his boss, that flipped the middle finger on live television. I
liked him before.
You like stunning Steve Austin?
No. What was he?
The Ringmaster.
Yes, the Ringmaster. Yeah. Okay, see? Yeah. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna quiz you about that shit.
I know everything. You ain't gonna quiz me.
I bet you there's something that you don't know. I know there's one thing in particularly that you don't know. You really want me to bring it out?
Bring it up.
Hulk Hogan had a restaurant. Do you know anything about that restaurant?
Not Hogan's Beach.
No. This was in, I believe it was in the 80s.
Nah, I don't know about that.
It was a pasta restaurant.
Really?
Yes.
Word?
Yes. It was in Minnesota.
Oh, shit. Yeah, of course I wouldn't know. For one, it was before we was born, and
see, you get qualified.
It's in fucking Minnesota.
You're qualifying it now. It was an official Hulk Hogan restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
After Rocky? After the Rocky movie?
Yeah.
I never knew.
You know what? It's a coincidence that it came up because I posted it on Facebook. It's one of those memory things on Facebook. It came up today. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it says. Hulk Hogan's Pastamania was a restaurant in the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Oh, shit. It was in the biggest mall in the world.
It was created and financed by Hogan. The restaurant, which remained in operation for less than a year, featured such dishes as Hulk-Uz and Hulkaroos. I'm just,
Well, it was only open for a year, so
I'm spitting facts. I mean,
it probably sucked. They made sure to sweep that from history.
see, I told you I could get you.
Yeah, you stumped me with that one.
You said you relate most to Chris Jericho because you see him as the ultimate reinventor.
Right.
Because he's constantly reinventing himself, and that's how you view it. That's how you stay current, and grow one's fan base. Accordingly, how have you done that?
Well, shit. If you look at the evolution of Smoke DZA, I mean, you kind of like come with your own analogy of that. Like, still right now, I'm reinventing.
You've clearly evolved.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, what's my favorite project that you put out?
What?
You probably don't hear this a lot, but
Substance abuse?
no.
What?
THC.
That's my favorite project.
Really? Give me 5 on that shit. Okay, all right. We're not gonna talk about what happened just there. No, but that is easily, and I have Don't Smoke Rock is fucking amazing, and I could go on, but for me,
THC is one of my favorites too. I think it is my favorite. George Kush came at a time where I was like, it came at a time where I met Dame. So George Kush was a compilation of music that I recorded at the dojo. And a lot of those sessions, it was kind of similar for me with Pete.
Really?
Yeah, because, and not even, the music, just where my mind state was at, where it was, I'm trying to impress these people that I looked up to let them know that I belong here. So a lot of those sessions,
That's kind of what I'm doing right now, actually.
well, it's working. A lot of those sessions, Dame will pop in. Fucking whoever was with Dame will be down there too. Fucking Akinelli randomly might be in a session. Fucking Clark Kent might be in a session. Fucking Jay Electronica might be in the building. He might stumble. Like, you don't know who's going to stumble in your session. And then I'm working with Ski, somebody that gave Jay-Z one of my favorite records and that made fucking Lucchini. So
That's one of my favorite beats of all time.
So this is like,
Yeah.
whoa, he really giving me beats. He giving me the A1 joints too. I gotta show up. So, that was the same with Pete. I carried Pete Rock's crates to get in the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's crazy.
So, to have...
And then he didn't even know that you
I
rapped.
didn't even know I rapped because I was so ashamed to tell him I rap because I didn't want to be that guy. And I felt like I wasn't good enough at the time. So I'm like, he gonna discover me on his own. That's just how I wanted it. You know what I mean? And that's how it happened. So, yeah, going back to THC is definitely one of my favorite joints because I was in a space where I was trying to figure it out and I was angry because, I don't think a lot of rappers is gonna admit to it that didn't get it. But I'm just so much at a vulnerable state where I'm at right now. And I don't care. It's like, not being on the freshman cover.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
In those years, used to bother me. It bothered me and gave me this type of anger and resentment that creatively, it was a space that I probably needed. So that's where records like To Whom It May Concern, In the World,
Yeah.
And shit like that came about because I was so burnt that I wasn't getting the recognition to be a part of this class when all my classmates is getting it and we still working and I'm still in the same vein, and that just didn't happen for me. But in hindsight, God bless all my friends that's still going and that took it to that next level as they were supposed to. But then it dated a lot of people because the cover could also put an expiration date on you, and it could put a expectation that if you don't reach it and you become a bust, that kind of like ends it all, So not having it kind of made my skin tougher, and just made me look for bigger goals, because that wasn't a goal for real. That was like something that's an accolade that I could feed my kids off,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just looking at it in a small bird's eye view when I had other shit that I should have been worrying about. But that's where my energy was channeled into at that time. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I want to go a little bit back to wrestling for a minute
All right.
because I want to hit you. I want to stump you again.
Ha! You coming with some? Let me,
No, I'm not,
let me
it's
hear
not.
the
It's not
other
really
fact.
like a trivia thing, but I'm just. You made it clear you were like obsessed with Hulk Hogan when you were a kid, and you like copped all the merchandise and shit. Did you watch Thunder in Paradise?
Yep,
Oh shit, that's terrible.
I did.
That's
like-
embarrassing.
I didn't like it,
You
though.
shouldn't have even admitted to that
I didn't
shit.
like it though.
But you watched it.
I watched it just to see if it was gonna get good. I wanted it to be good.
Did you watch? Didn't he have a cartoon?
He did, but the cartoon was a little. I was too young to really get into the cartoon like that, and I don't even think he was the voiceover of the cartoon. But I watched all his movies. Like I remember my dad took me to the movie theater on 125th Street before Magic Johnson. What was the name of that shit? Victoria. What was the name? What was the name?
Victory Square.
Victory Square. Took me there to see No Holds Barred.
Damn, I forgot that existed.
Spare your life.
Word. So I mean, all the flicks. Yeah, Hulk Hogan was, my son loved Spider-Man. I loved Hulk Hogan.
I feel you. Do you have any plans to work directly with WWE?
I do, and I have.
Because I feel like that would be extremely smart on their part.
on both parts.
Well, obviously
really,
on your
more
part,
their
but
part, because I've been lobbying it. I mean, it makes sense. I've done a lot to merge wrestling with hip hop culture.
Yeah.
A lot that I don't get credit for, but I don't even look for it because I save the credit for the bill collectors. That shit don't really matter at the end of the day. If you know, you know. But I merge a lot of hip hop and wrestling, and I'm friends with a lot of the wrestlers on the current product right now, and they look out for me when it's need. Like I got a chance to take a stab at the XFL theme song and shit.
really,
Yeah, and
damn, I can't even imagine how that would go. But
it didn't work. It didn't work out for me. And they ended up using something else, but still got a WWE check. So I thought
yeah,
that was
that's
cool.
dope.
But yeah, I mean, the lines of communication is open, and God willing, hopefully one day I get that chance to work with him in some capacity.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out some wrestlers. These are some of my favorites. Okay, and I just want to hear your opinion. And there's gonna be some odd ones in here. I'm just giving you.
All right.
Actually, one of them is not one of my favorites. It's just a name that I wanted to throw on there just to hear your reaction. What do you... Oh, two of them are actually like that. What do you... And the first one is not... He was never one of my favorites.
All right.
Goldust.
Yo, let me tell you, Goldust is actually a good wrestler.
Yeah, he was definitely a good wrestler. He was the son of Dustin Rhodes.
The son of Dusty Rhodes. He is Dustin Rhodes.
I thought... Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
But Goldust, the character, was definitely out there. But
That was so... Dude, I don't think...
It was out there. It was
so ahead of the time and like...
It was ahead of its time.
Way like
ahead of
20
its time.
years ahead of its time.
Yeah. But that's just to show, they had their pulse on what was going on. So, yeah, I mean, Goldust is an unpopular pick. But he's a good wrestler, and the character is an innovative character.
Gotcha. Now this is definitely, he's probably my favorite. Vader.
One of my favorites too. One of the most agile big men ever to wrestle. Fucking wrestled in Japan. Was a tag team champion in Japan.
Yeah, he was big in Japan.
Yeah. Shit, Vader was the coolest shit to me because he had like the fucking mask, like the big fucking stupid bull mask with the smoke coming out, and he had Harley Race with him, one of the fucking toughest world champions ever. And I just felt like
That Vader slam was fucking crazy.
Vader was just ill. Like he's the best big man to ever wrestle. Legit. I think people love Andre because Andre was a freak of nature, and Andre was
he was very lovable.
He was the eighth wonder of the world. So it's like, damn, by default, you gotta appreciate that. And then you got the big shows who I super respect and feel is good. And then you got Mark Henry's Mark Henry is great at his own right. But Vader just had every bit of what makes a wrestler dope.
And also, he made me watch Boy Meets World.
See, I watched Boy Meets World already, so when I seen him on it, it just made me fuck with it.
He got me
more.
into it. I started watching it after I heard.
After Vader was on it.
Yeah,
oh, that's
that
hard.
got me to be
that's
a fan.
Hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I actually, when I moved to Colorado, this is eternally on my mind. This is how much of a Vader fan I am. This was eternally on my mind. Because I work in politics, I can look, you have the ability to get voter registration information on people.
Right.
So I could have went to Vader's house and, just to meet, my childhood,
That's nuts.
But it was like, but the thing that kept resonating in my mind was
He'll pump you.
Yes, the video of him. Remember when he was during the Gulf War thing? He went over there to Kuwait, and the guy was saying, "Is wrestling fake?" And Vader responded by,
he
destroyed the table and
the whole shit.
Yeah. So I was just imagining maybe similar circumstances.
Yeah, he'll open the door like, "What the fuck you want, kid?"
Yes, and but now I almost regret it because he's passed.
Rest in peace, Vader.
Again, this is probably number 2 for me. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. When I was a kid, I really liked Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He was just
lovable. Fucking, he was gonna lose, but you knew he was gonna put up a good fight. It's good old Hacksaw. That's what Gorilla Monsoon used to say. Good old Hacksaw. But Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I love Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was cool.
Sting,
one of my favorites. I like Sting more when he became the Crow because it was a darker character without him having to be a heel. He was like a tweener. He was like one of the first tweeners.
See, that's like after. That's after I know about it, but it's after I stopped watching. But
right. So Bret Hart was the only one that was a bad guy everywhere but Canada, right? He would be,
of course,
but he was beloved in Canada,
of course,
because he hated America. That was his gimmick. So I don't know if that makes him a tweener because he was a good guy somewhere. So I guess you got to give him a tweener. So Bret Hart and Sting was the first tweeners, where you didn't know if they was good guys or bad guys. Sting more.
Got you. Again, this is what I loved him so much. Sid Vicious.
I fuck with Psycho Sid too.
He was.
I fuck with Sid Vicious more than Psycho Sid.
It was hard for me to see where one started and the other began because he
WCW Sid Vicious.
But he would go and get into these rants about how he ran the world and shit.
But that was dope.
Yes, that's why I fucked with him so hard. Because it was like, what the fuck is this dude on? We're talking about wrestling.
But the illest part with him, and I'm glad he got the respect to win both titles. He won the WCW title, and he won the WWF title. Only other person to do shit like that at that time was Ric Flair. Wasn't nobody else.
Yeah.
That was a WCW champion and a WWF champion. Lex Luger tried it, but it didn't work for him. They was trying to replace Lex Luger with Hulk Hogan at that time. When Hulk
Lex Luger to me is such an obvious.
It almost worked. It almost worked. I was sold. I'm
Really?
like, he should have it. The Lex Express. I saw the Lex Express come through Harlem one time. That was crazy.
Ask about the damn Converse.
What?
Ask about the goddamn Converse. How dare he come to the other side? Stay over there on the Adidas side. We let you come back and play with the Nikes, but those Converse, you gotta leave those alone. I don't care if a little African brother.
Wait, he is wearing Converse.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Shout outs to Obadubadubadoo. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Que momoche, que na baba. Popoche, que ta fo, le baba cha, que te, momoche. See it?
By the way, is our Harlem Heat actually from Harlem? I want to know this.
They're from Texas.
Then
Booker T and Stevie Ray.
Do they get a
Texas
pass,
like a
though?
motherfucker.
Do they get a pass?
Shit. Yeah, I guess. They get a wrestling pass, I guess.
Kicking niggas' ass.
Yeah. Only other person from Harlem that was a wrestler that they said was Bad News Brown. I don't know if you remember Bad News.
No, I do not.
They said Bad News Brown was from Harlem. From 110th Street.
I'll tell you who was not from Harlem.
Who?
Disco Inferno.
Is that one of your guys too?
No, he's definitely not. No, he's not. He's not. But
Disco was a good wrestler.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Man.
All right, I'll give you that. Now, what'd you think of Razor Ramon? Because he was like my
Scarface.
father in wrestling form.
He was Scarface. That was his character.
Yes, I love the scenes
curl.
they used to
The Miami,
film.
classic Miami.
Yeah, that
scenes,
shit
like
threw me.
he had the fire car, the drop tops, Crush Linen.
And he's not remotely Cuban at all, but he had me convinced.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm Cuban, so that says something.
Yeah, he killed that role. Yeah, he did.
You've worked with Griselda. You're a fan of Griselda, but you're also like you're a big fan of being independent. How do you view their situation with Shady right now?
I can't really speak on this situation, bro. To be honest, because I don't want to.
Okay.
But like you said, I'm a fan and I love those guys. They actually family. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, those are my guys. You know what I mean? Like we all tight knit. You know, so. But
I've been a fan. The Buffalo Bills are my team. So yeah. I've been on them from the beginning.
You know, they the first niggas to come out of Buff.
Yes.
So, you know, that's ill within itself. I mean, West, Con, and Benny. I mean, so.
And I think they're putting out more consistent music than anyone else right now.
Yeah. They on to something right now, and it's only going to get better. A lot of shit coming.
All right, so in closing, for what's happening for 2019?
Shit, man. We're gonna have a lot of fucking music.
Give me something specific. Come on.
I mean, that's a specific. I'm gonna be specific and not specific at the same time because I know how to talk. Right.
All right. Fair enough.
So
you don't want to violate anything.
Right. Not even violate nothing because I'm independent. I run my shit. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. So now, but before, it might have been an over and under for how much music I could put out because I was contractually a part of certain situations where I couldn't really move how I want to move because, it's a difference between being independent and being in an independent machine, right? So I was a part of an independent machine that I was contractually
It wasn't a label.
Down.
It was a label, but it's like a company,
Yeah, it's distro, but it's just a cute way of saying it. It's a label, you know what I mean? But it's an indie one, but that's what I was a part of, and I couldn't really move how I wanted to move. So, you know, it was limited compared to years before when, you know, you got THC and George Cush in the same year. You know what I mean? So, or, you know, George Cush might have came in like December, THC came in March. It was like right back to back though. So it was like, you know, for me, dropping music, boom, 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 to just, you know, really kind of just being set on focusing on this, give this some time, then I got to do this, give this. Now it's like I'm in a beautiful situation where I'm running my plays for real. So 2019, you're going to have more music, you're going to have more content, maybe another film, something that I'm working on myself.
Not about your life.
Not about my life. Not about my life, but definitely I have a film that me and one of my buddies, Kevin Bennett, wrote. And I'm looking to produce that and get that done. And got a lot of cool artists I'm working with. And you know,
any names you can throw out there?
Levy Gray, shout out to Levy Gray.
Producer,
songwriter, artist. And you know, shit, man. New Smoke DZA album coming about March, April.
Okay.
So I give you that.
All right.
And then Don't Smoke Rock 2 is definitely coming next year. So.
First half.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Maybe second half. I don't know. Can't give it to you. Can't give you everything, kid. But a lot of cool shit, man. I'm gonna be super active, man.
For the record, you only got a year on me, so.
Just one. 85, 84. That's cool.
But I appreciate giving me your time today.
Oh man, no doubt. Good
And
questions, man. Good questions. Good talk.
All right. Thank you.